have to slow down to 10 to 12 miles an hour to make this turnoff. And when they've reached this point, they've walked right into the trap. And there's no way they can get out of it.
On location, under tight security and shrouded in mystery, a controversial film is before the cameras. The film, Executive Action, a film that deals bluntly with the unanswered questions surrounding the assassination of President John F. Kennedy.
What about the Secret Service?
They give the president less protection than any other head of state on earth. De Gaulle traveled surrounded by 47 motorcycles, Kennedy with 8, sometimes 10, and none between him and the crowds on the sidewalk. When a Soviet motorcade passes a 10-story building, there's a separate agent to watch each floor. Now, in Jack's motorcades, the agents often travel inside of closed cars. They can't see a damn thing.
The first man that I contacted was Burt Lancaster because I knew him the best. I gave Burt the script, he read it. We then arranged a meeting for him and Trumbo and myself. Dalton told him how he became converted to believing in the film, gave him the books. Burt, who's a very serious actor, began then reading.
And slowly, I began to develop the feeling that there was a very strong possibility on the basis of the evidence and the things that I read, that Kennedy could very well have been killed by a conspiracy.
But when I read the script, the machinery of the conspiracy was so convincing that I began to change my mind. I don't mean I have the answer, but the script itself made me want to do the picture.
It is, after all, I think, a new kind of film because it is a blending of fiction with fact. The big problems came in finding doubles for Oswald and for Ruby, for example, because it was necessary to have scenes, including them, scenes that actually occurred that are evidenced in the Warren Commission report.
But careful examination of the Warren Commission report reveals conflicting and unanswered questions. Example, why did the motorcade deliberately detour to bring the president's car in front of the Dallas school book depository?
Quiet.
Well, if the fact that it appears to glamorize the villainy of it, that happens to be the accident of the film and its true nature. Because as I said earlier, I have to believe, for whatever reasons, that these people were able to rationalize that what they were doing, if there is any truth in what we're saying, they have to be able to rationalize to themselves that what they're doing is for an honest purpose. People take violence as the outcome, and violence is a very deep part of our society today, as we all unfortunately know. The Middle East is a perfect example, and the most recent example, Vietnam, etc. The world, unfortunately, doesn't seem to be getting better or more kindly toward its neighbor. People do use those methods to solve their problems. And certainly this has always been true of political assassinations.
Can you conceive of a situation in which you would think a political assassination as ever being justifiable?
Well, I cannot think that that is the way man will resolve his problems. I don't think that's the purpose of man.
The timing of the picture with the Watergate situation will have a great deal to do with its seeming authenticity and possibility.
For 2 years, all of us that were involved in the making of Executive Action were repeatedly warned, drop the project, don't make it, your career will be ruined, terrible things will happen to you, no one will believe you, and there will be no audience for the film. In light of today's headlines and events, I believe more than ever this is a film that has to be seen.
Get out because this is so bad.